Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Niladri Mukherjee and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice here in Guelph, Ontario. So most of you know that I made a video on Atlantic immigration program that many of you found helpful. And in that video I basically explained what this program is all about. I also said that the program has now been transformed into a permanent program. So it is no longer called Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. It is now called Atlantic Immigration Program. And I have also said, and I have been saying this for multiple times in all my videos, is that getting a job offer from outside Canada is not very easy. But for APP, since the post-job offer paperwork is not that difficult in terms of the complexity scores, because the process does not really require the employer to go through the labor market impact assessment or the LMIA process, the post-job offer paperwork is not very difficult. Hence, I suggested this option is that instead of sending your CVs from outside Canada, you could probably come to Canada on a visitor visa, go to one of those provinces, be it New Brunswick, be it Nova Scotia, or be it PEI. You could go to one of those provinces and talk to the employers, meet those employers in person, and enhance your job searches, probability. Now, nothing is really a foolproof solution when it comes to finding the employment here in Canada. But having said that, sending CVs from outside Canada is not that effective, but meeting those employers face to face, if you get that opportunity, and establishing that connection with the province, having applied for a visit visa and then being in that particular province, staying it maybe for 15 days or a month, is a way more logical option. In fact, I have consulted many people in that past few weeks whether people are actually taking the steps, and one of the person that I have consulted with maybe a month back or something is in the process of being picked up. In a nutshell, that process works. But I also got a couple of questions, in fact a lot of questions, saying that we do not really want to come to Canada, maybe we do not want to spend that much money on an air ticket, maybe we do not have that much amount of time with like maybe a month or two to be in Canada, leave my family, leave my job and everything else, and just focus on a job search while in Canada. The process in a way is obviously way more expensive than you doing the same from outside Canada as well. So people have been asking me if I could bridge the gap, if I could help. I means we as a licensed immigration law firm could bridge the gap. And hence I thought, why not? So this is what I have thought about it. We all know, and I have said this multiple times, is that selling a job offer, selling a Canadian job offer is a criminal offense. One should not do that. We never ever do that. So we will never sell a job offer to you, neither we are selling a job offer to you. What we have thought of doing is something like this. We will change your CV to the Canadian standard. And when I say that, changing your CV, I really do not mean a little bit of formatting changes. I mean a complete revamp of the CV in terms of inclusion of the new keywords, doing research on our own to find out what kind of keywords are being searched by the APP employers, and then including those keywords onto your CV based on your profile, of course. Changing your complete LinkedIn profile, and if you do not have a LinkedIn profile, create a complete LinkedIn profile on our own and giving you the access. And that LinkedIn profile again is not just a really formatting change, but a completely new LinkedIn profile, or obviously if you have one, revamping that to match to the Canadian standard, right? So in terms of writing, in terms of writing the introduction, in terms of writing the heading, in terms of explaining your job responsibilities onto the LinkedIn profile, everything will be done by us. Thirdly, giving you access to a Canadian phone number for a certain number of months, so that if you get a call from the employer, you're able to talk to the employers. Now, mind you that obviously if you are working with the APP employers, you have to work in that time zone. So you might get a call maybe in the late time, on your daytime, in the night. So that is something to be careful about. But at least this enhances the opportunity for you to be able to speak to the employees while you being outside Canada. At the same time, what we are planning to do is that we are planning to reach out to all those employees on our own, saying that this is the client that we are helping with reaching out to you. This is not an employment sell by any means, but this is a relevant client, and if you want to interview one of those clients, we will be very happy to bridge the gap, to act as an intermediary, to act sort of a supporting staff in between to help those interviews arranged. Now, whether the employers would want to interview you or not, that is completely up to the employers. We are not promising any of that, because promising any of those kind of an assurance, or giving those kind of an assured outcome even without starting the process, is definitely illegal here in Canada. Not we are doing that, but definitely if you are going to do the same thing from outside Canada as compared to we represent you here in Canada and doing the same from our end, would probably bridge the gap, because we will be able to work in that time zone. We know how it works with the employer. We know how to draft professional emails. We know the Canadian slangs as to how to talk to the employers if need be, how to respond to their email queries, and doing the follow-ups if required, and see like how it goes. Again, so this is just like a bridging the gap between the candidate that are outside Canada and the immigration, and obviously the employers that are in Canada. So we being in Canada, we being a licensed immigration law firm, we're trying to bridge that gap. We will change your CV, we will create a LinkedIn profile for you, we will give you a Canadian phone number for a certain number of months, we will reach out to the employers on your behalf, we will do a certain kind of follow-up on your behalf, we'll have the service validity maybe for 3 or 4 months, we'll see how it goes. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is promised, but this definitely is sort of a middle path between you trying to get those job offer from outside Canada without really knowing how it works in Canada, and the other extreme wherein you're coming to Canada, staying here for a few months, and then doing it all on your own. Having said that, I do personally strongly believe that if you are able to come to Canada on a visitor visa and meet those employers, that will enhance your possibility of selection manifold. There is no doubt about that. But what if you are not able to come to Canada? What if you have sent many emails to employers and you did not yet get a hear back? Maybe because something is not working. So we are, then we will come as a bridge in between. We will do the reach out process by changing a CV, by changing a LinkedIn profile, or maybe doing something else as it requires from time to time. And within the service validity maybe of 3 to 4 months, I could act as your mentor, I could act as your guide to help you understand how the process works and answer any and every question that you have in the process. So I'll just put a service description on our website below, and also put the link on this video description. Go through it. If you need our assistance, send us an email, contact@nuvonation.ca. Shall be glad to connect with you. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.